Okay, I'm here with head coach Rich Hills, women's and men's tennis coach. You guys are heading into nationals starting next week. Okay, first, before we go into that, can you give me a wrap-up of the season, starting with the men?
Yeah, we're so excited. The men have done so well. They've finished, I believe, ranked 7th in the country, and that's the highest they've been for a few years. It's been very good. Got a great group of mix between new people and people who have returned, and it's been a good combination, starting with our doubles teams. Every match that we've had to have, it seemed like they're the ones that came through first, and then when it comes to singles, it's every man for himself. But to be able to pull your own spot for the team is a good situation. We've been able to do that enough times. Finishing really strong, in particular with a win over Azusa, was phenomenal. It's been a little while since we've beaten them, so being able to finish there was really, really great. And so that was exciting. Then the ladies' side, of course, we finished so well last year to bring everybody back and add, Micah and a couple other, great, strong players to it. I feel like we've got as good a chance, if not better, than ever going into this one. It's always, things can happen and draws and things make a difference, but I really like the way the girls have come together and played. I think they're 12-3. They've beaten everybody just about except Fresno and come pretty close to that. So we're not really afraid of anybody. It's just can we put it together all at one time at nationals. They had such a strong finish, beating one of the top D3 schools in Claremont, and then having a phenomenal Ojai where the girls won the doubles championship. So we're really looking forward to what's going to happen next week.
Well, on the men's side, you had a couple all GSAC players, Joel Myers and Tyler Bowman. Talk a little bit about those two players. First of all, number 1 and number 2 at singles.
Well, Joel's our senior, and all 4 years he's been our number 1 player, and he's just kind of characteristically started out a little slow. In fact, he started out at number 2 this year, but finished strong, again, with wins over number 4 in the country, Lima from Westmont, and number 5, I believe, at Jonas Apel from Azusa. And those are huge wins, and so he's been a great leader, a great guy, a great fighter, and will lead us on through that. Tyler Bowman, we're just excited to have him move into a stronger position from last year, and I think more towards where he can really play. He's just helped us so much in both singles and doubles. He plays 2 doubles with Diego, and they've got a great record, and they've had some great outstanding wins, and I just excited to have him back for another year after this. So with both those guys leading the way, we've got some good things going on, and then the youth that are following, it's a great situation.
Well, there's somebody on court 6, Michael Zablon. I don't think he ever loses over there on 6.
He's got one of the best records on the team, and he's a freshman walk-on.
Cool.
So that's we need those. That's a great guy.
Okay, and then for the women, of course, Kristen Strimple was named GSAC Player of the Year. You yourself was named Coach of the Year in the GSAC. Ashley Litchfield and Jessica Kwan also all conference. A quick rundown on those 3.
Well, definitely your top 3 spots are your leadership, and to have them be such great competitors and such hard workers on the court. There's nobody more competitive than Kristen and Ashley, and of course in singles they've proved that over, but in doubles they're scary good. They just will not go away. I think one match they were behind 1-6 to Vanguard, came back and won that, and it's just typical of kind of where their hearts are for competition. But just the people that particularly Kristen is a great leader, able to handle both defeat and winning pretty much equally. She's just pretty even-keeled, and that has really rubbed off on the whole team. And with them leading us into this final portion of our season, we got to feel good about it. And so we're excited.
Well, with 30 wins and 3 losses, Kristen doesn't have to accept defeat too often. But against Azusa, kind of a rough outing for you guys at the last conference match before you guys turned around at Claremont. But you're gonna face a lot of your conference opponents at nationals, both men and women. There's a ton of teams going. What is that like? You play them twice in the year, and all of a sudden here you are, 2nd, 3rd round, and bang, there they are again.
In the past, we've had really tough matchups that way. The way I look at it this year, I don't think we would meet until the semis.
Okay.
And so it'll be kind of fun to see what the rest of the country really has. We've always kind of wondered, you know, we've gone in at 4th or 5th or 6th out of our conference, but yet still top 10. We just kind of wonder what the rest of the conference is like. And so this will be a good chance to see, you know, just where our GSAC really stands up to the conference. But I like our chances. Love to get back into those semis. When you get to the semis, anything can happen. And so, you know, we're looking for that opportunity. Love to get to the finals and maybe get a chance to win it. Who knows?
Okay, then for the men, you guys have, since it went to team format, it's always been one win and then one loss. Being 7th ranked in the country, I think you guys can go further this year.
Well, we're supposed to. We're supposed to be able to win that round of 16, and then hopefully in that quarterfinal, the top 8 teams. You know, it's just tough. So one and done, and when you get a bye, you know, it's not a bad deal. You know, you're in the top 8, and hopefully this year, I think, you know, again with a draw outside of our conference, hopefully that gives us a better feeling that, oh gee, we've lost these guys before, this is going to be really tough. Maybe because we don't know. I think it should be an advantage to us. So we'll see how we respond to it.
Again, the last question. You know, you've played in a lot of your team. You've taken a lot of teams to national tournaments. What does it take to get a team on a long run there? I mean, it's hot as heck over there in Alabama. Got a lot of teams, a lot of unknowns. You've had teams that have done really well, kind of unexpectedly. Maybe even last year's women went so far to the semifinals. But what does it take for a team, any team, to make a long run at nationals?
Well, I think I'm learning still, but I think the idea of having a long-term goal, we talk all year long about where we want to be in April. So our focus isn't how we're going to do, how we're winning in February and March. We start pointing towards April, and then the final is where we want to put our best foot forward. Trying not to get too burned, trying to keep injury free, trying to make sure we're sharp and still looking towards that final, you know, push. And I think if we start with that in mind, we at least aren't surprised or aren't thinking that, man, this season will never end, you know, and keeps us fresh and going. Other than that, I wish I could prepare better for the weather and the kinds of things we can't control very well. We just have it so nice here, 70-degree weather all year long, and we just have no idea what 100-degree weather and high humidity is like, and we can't really prepare for it very adequately. So, you know, we talk a lot about it. We talk preparing physically with additional water intake and the kinds of foods we're eating and the kinds of you know, things that we're thinking about, trying to prepare mentally. But I don't know, you know, there's nothing like being under that sweltering heat, and hopefully we'll be able to manage it well enough to overcome and get in great shape. That's what we had to do.
All right, Coach. Well, nationals start next Tuesday for us, probably Wednesday.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.